course, as much as everyone wanted to see what the statue looked like, all eyes were on William and Harry and their body chemistry and how they were interacting with each other. So as they arrived at the sunken garden at Kensington Palace, they were walking side by side and they were engaged in a conversation. I watched it and thought how comfortable they looked in each other's company. There wasn't any sign of any tension. Now, I think both of them have wanted today to be about the statue, about remembering Diana's legacy, and not about the rift that has really overshadowed the coverage of the royal family for the past 18 months now. So they clearly went to a lot of effort to deflect from this rift between the two of them and instead to project on their mother, her legacy, and crucially, putting on a united front to remember Diana, their mother, on what would have been her 60th birthday. Well, this has been a very highly anticipated reunion because, of course, it is the first time that we've seen the brothers on their own since the fallout, since Megxit. And yes, we saw them at the Duke of Edinburgh's funeral, and there was a brief moment where they walked together up Chapel Hill as they made their way from the church up to the castle. But really, the focus was very much on William and Harry today. Harry himself has said that he wants to repair relationships with his family. He said that he loves his brother, and he acknowledges that it's going to take time for the relationship to heal. But I think the end game is the hope that it will heal. It is going to take some time. The Duke of Cambridge is still very bitter and very hurt by a lot of what Harry and Meghan said in that interview, particularly those allegations of racism that were levelled against the royal family. So clearly, it's going to take far more than the funeral of their grandfather and indeed the unveiling of this statue, I think, for the relationship to be anywhere near what it once was. And possibly it's ambitious to expect that it ever will be. But I think they both recognise that a fracture that divides key and important members of the royal family is something that can only be ultimately damaging to the monarchy. While the unveiling of the statue isn't going to be the ending of this rift and the complete healing process between William and Harry, it does feel like a step in the right direction. The fact that there wasn't any real visible tension between them, yes, they were putting on a good show, but it did feel like a more positive step forward. But I think we're talking baby steps, and we are still quite a way off from healing this rift and both brothers being able to move on from it. Well, we've very much seen Kate sort of step into that role of peacemaker between the brothers. She's very, very fond of Harry, but of course she's hugely loyal to her husband and their family. We weren't sure whether to expect the Duchess today. I think the fact that she wasn't there is reflective of William and Harry really wanting to take control of their mother's legacy, of being the ones to have commissioned this statue and really wanting to make it an intimate family affair, which is what they did. Certainly behind the scenes, Kate's been trying very hard to forge a rapprochement between the brothers. My understanding is that Harry is understandably in a hurry to get back home. Of course, he's got a 1-month-old baby waiting for him, his family waiting for him. So I don't expect that he's going to stick around too long in the UK. He's going to want to get back home. And that probably means he won't have had time for a meeting with his father, the Prince of Wales, who's currently on official engagements up in Scotland. At the moment, it's very hard to know exactly when the royal family will get to meet Archie, who they have not seen for over 18 months. I mean, we understand that Cambridges have only seen Archie once or twice in his life. And of course, none of the royal family have met Lily Diana. So I'm sure that all of the family are desperate to meet these new additions. Harry initially left to start a new life overseas. His vision, his intention was that he would come back, that they would enjoy holidays here. But obviously circumstances have changed. The rift between the brothers it does run deep. Harry's got a very complicated and difficult relationship with his father right now. So I think the idea of cozy Christmases at Sandringham are some way off.